Hello you, it's Josh here. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another Nuna Kananya episode. Today is a bit of a different one because today, people, we're going to be actually doing the aquarium right here. You can see that we're going to actually be starting off the aquarium right here and building our first couple tanks right here, including this massive tank right here with this like longboat that took far too much time, and honestly I regret even trying to do in the first place just because it was complete pain and I hated it. But it looks really nice at the end, and you can see we also started doing some more tanks around here, as well as an absolute ton of planning, as you may have just seen there by looking for that gap. But except from that, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, obviously, if you do. And without further ado, people, we're gonna get on with this. We're gonna get on with the time-lapse right here. So enjoy that, and I'll see you right there. Right, so here we are in another Nuna Kananya episode, and straight away we're gonna get going right here by starting off by building just this little lobby of this aquarium. Now, I didn't really even, oh my god, excuse me, I didn't even really show this actually in the cinematics right here because it was a little bit dark, so there wasn't really much to show right here. But you can see right here what we did is we just started off by doing this little lobby area. We had to change a couple things outside, obviously, because when I built this outside, I didn't really think about doing the inside much because, yeah, I just don't really do that when I'm doing a building. And then, obviously, we've just dug a massive, big hole here. A big like area right here, and we're gonna start off by doing a bit of planning. Now, this is another thing that I didn't really show in the cinematics, but a lot of this video, at least for this start little bit here, is gonna be us just working out what we're doing with this entire layout of this aquarium, because this like aquarium is going to be a 3-story aquarium with also an outside seal area, so there's quite a lot to plan. And honestly, a lot of planning needs to go into this sort of thing. Like, normally I just wing things and I just go, whatever, it'll be fine. But when it comes to an aquarium this size with 3 different floors, very intricate with interlocking tanks and stuff like that, I thought it's probably a good idea that we actually, plan this out a little bit here. So what we've basically just done here is just got a bunch of concrete paths, put some arrows down so we know where we're going, and put down some signs for where tanks are going and stuff like that. So in this entire area right here, we're going to have a massive tank. We're going to also have a tunnel where, like one of those tunnel tanks, you know, where you go through the glass tunnel and you've got stuff flying all around you. Yeah. We're going to have a dark area for, like, you know, the sort of animals that, you know, really only like it dark. We're going to have a jellyfish area where we're going to have a massive big jellyfish tank going all the way up the center. We're also going to have a turtle area, which is where we're going to have like a bunch of turtles in a nice lovely tank, which, you know, I think should look quite nice. We're obviously going to have a bit of a seal thing at the back, I think, or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some seals at the back of the actual aquarium, if you're looking from like the main street, you know, down that small road down through the middle. And as well as that, we're obviously going to have an absolutely bunch of tanks right here and stuff like that. But obviously, we're not going to be doing that, and we're not going to be doing all that in today's episode. Today, we're only going to really be starting off by doing a couple little tanks right here. Obviously, we're doing this lobby, and also by just getting a couple things just sorted out and planned, as you've seen right here. Because honestly, although that went very quickly right there, and you know, for you, it only took like a minute or two. Really, that took a couple hours right there. It took an hour just to plan everything out right here, because like I said, what we're going to be doing here is a lot of tanks we're going to be using more than once from different angles, because then that'll help with the whole tight space sort of issue. And this is what a lot of aquariums in real life actually do, is they use the same tank more than once, and they might have like some sort of big theming element in the middle, which will block off your views from one window to another, and then on the other side of that big theming element they'll have something different, and they'll make it seem like it's 2 different tanks when actually it's all one big tank, because then it takes less maintenance. They only have to have, like, you know, their pumps in one place. It basically just makes the entire thing better to do, as long as they can obviously keep species in the same tank right here. So we're going to be using that same thing right here, obviously, because we've got it's quite a tight space, obviously, for an aquarium right here, that at least for what I have planned. But in the end, it should work out pretty well, honestly. I think it'll all be pretty fine. But you can see, yeah, we're going to start planning some stuff out right now. Now, you'll see at the start here, a lot of these walls are white and all that sort of stuff. And honestly, a lot of them are probably going to stay quite white. But what I do want to bring in is obviously a lot of wooden colours. A lot of those sort of more earthy colours. Like, you know, your woods, your wooden planks. A bit more dirt, sand, stuff like that, because obviously it's an aquarium, and it's, you know, a lot of aquariums are like pirate themed, and this one at least is going to be pirate themed, so I think it makes sense to bring those colours in right here. But anyway, moving on from that, we're starting on our first little tank right here. So you can see we've got this tank right here. Now, I actually really like how these tanks are turning out so far. You can see these first two that we're doing right here are tiny, tiny little tanks. I mean, these are only going to have maybe like 10 fish in them or something like that. Like, you know, the little fish, like the, you know, tiny little tropical fish or something like that. But they're just little nice tanks for when you're actually entering this area right here. You can see them right here. And I think it looks fairly nice here, doesn't it? I don't know. Yeah, it's good enough. Just going down this corridor. Now, in my opinion, this corridor is way too small for the entrance to an aquarium this size. But again, the problem is that we're trying to save some space right here. And because of where that actual elevator comes down from the 3rd floor down to the bottom floor for the exit, it doesn't really line up very well. A lot of stuff has just magically appeared right there. I don't know why that's happened, but you can see right here now. In fact, actually, I think these might be out of line, these clips. I don't know why, but they shouldn't be. But anyway, I don't know what's happened there. But on this wall right here, basically, we have this big white wall. And I thought, hey, we'll have some nice, you know, wood on the wall right here. Because a lot of all these walls right here feel very, very white and quite boring and bland. So I thought, you know, it makes sense to add a couple white walls in right here. No, sorry. A couple of things on these white walls right here, as well as some windows over here, which are going to go into these small tanks, which we'll work on just a little bit later, obviously. We're also just going to get a bit of theming all around the bottom of these walls right here. Now, a lot of my inspiration that I'm getting right here is from places I've actually been to in real life, such as 𝗬𝗬𝗀𝗃𝗬, which is in Scarborough, and the Deep, which is in Hull, 2 places in England. They're the 2 aquariums that I've been to quite a few times, so I have a lot of experience with them and how they look and that sort of stuff. And I really, really like them, especially the Deep is an absolutely stunning aquarium. And if you're ever in the UK, whether you live here or you're visiting here, go to the Deep. It is an absolutely incredible building. The architecture is amazing, and it's a really, really good aquarium. So if you ever want something to do, there you go, guys. You know, go do that. But anyway, yeah, you can see right here that we're going to chuck in all these overhead lights right here. We've chucked in some spotlights, which we're just going to colour blue right here, just because I thought, oh, you know, whatever. It's got a nice, lovely little blue colour to it. And I wanted this room to be fairly dark right here, because then what that means is that you've got that nice blue colour. It kind of feels mysterious. We're probably going to have some more mysterious colours in here. And I wanted this entire room to feel quite mysterious and by itself almost, and a little bit more, well, yeah, mysterious. That's pretty much the only way to describe it when I think about it. But yeah. And then what we're going to do here is we're obviously going to get working on this tank. We will actually build the outside of the tank hopefully in a minute, unless that footage is just completely lost now for some reason. But yeah, you can see right here what we started off by doing was doing a bit of blocky terrain right there, using some blocks, colouring it like sand. And then we're chucking in some rocks all around here, and then we're using seaweed. Now, cactuses are absolutely incredible for this sort of stuff. See right here, we're using cactus for everything. We're using cactus for seaweed. We're using cactus for coral. It all works very, very well right here. So you see we've got that light colour for the actual, you know, seaweed. And then we've got some more brighter red and those sort of colours for the coral right here, which in the end I think looks quite lovely, honestly. I think this looks really, really nice. We've obviously chucked in some barrels as well right here. On top of all that, because I thought, yeah, barrels, yes. But yeah, obviously we've got that Viking longship. I don't think it's actually going to have that footage of that I was building it. And if so, it's going to be right at the end, which I don't know how that's happened, but I'm not going to ask questions. But you can see right here, we have got that Viking longboat there as well, which I think is quite nice. But anyway, moving on from that, we're now moving into here, where we're just going to have some random little tanks. We're going to have a nice big tank wrapping all the way around here, like you'll have seen in the cinematics, and what we're going to do in a second. And then we have this tank right here. Now, I was planning to have this as 2 or 3 smaller tanks, but seeing as we added those windows on the other side, I thought let's go for a big tank. Not a big tank, because when it comes down to it, it's only like a 3-block tall tank right here. And it's not absolutely huge, but it's a fairly large tank right here, where we can maybe have, like, you know, some other things than just little tiny fish in here or something like that. And I thought, hey, why not? We've got a couple of viewing areas right here. Obviously, we don't decorate these tanks, sadly, because we just ran out of time, really. I mean, you'll see, I'm assuming this video is going to be 2 hours late right here, because right now it's literally less than half an hour before this video needs to come out, and I'm still doing the voiceover. So yeah, it's a very high chance that this video is not going to be out on time. That's just because I kind of run out of time right here, because obviously, if you don't know, I'm doing a 30-day live stream, and it means that it's a little bit hard to record this sort of stuff well and get everything else done. I'm just going to take a quick drink. There we go, sorry about that. But no, anyway, what we're working on right here is this massive tank right here. We're probably going to have a couple sharks in here or something like that. Maybe a shark or 2, or maybe we'll have like an octopus. I have no clue what we're going to put in there. Honestly, I need to do a little bit of research into aquariums and that sort of stuff. and what can go with what. I'm probably going to play a bit of Mega Aquarium because that has a lot of good information on that sort of stuff. I'm probably going to go into the sandbox, and just learn a couple things about that because honestly, that game is quite factually correct, and I'm not very smart when it comes to aquariums. I normally go to aquariums and go, oh, well, that's pretty, and that's basically it. But yeah, you can see right here, actually, yeah, this is us building that big tank. For some reason, it's all the way at the end of this video right here. I don't know how that happened, but I'm very sorry about that. But you can see right here, anyway, we're going to be building that. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk about something else real quick. So, yeah, but no, what I was saying, yeah, we're probably going to have a look at Mega Aquarium because I've not played that game in a while, but it's very factually correct as far as I can tell. And we should be able to learn a couple things right here. Because like I said at the start of this series, I want this entire, like, build to be realistic and actually make sense right here. Because, I mean, you know, as always, my whole thing is realism. I mean, this park's a little bit less realistic than Happening Point. You know, we've got some massive buildings and a lot of, you know, really, really detailed buildings and stuff like that. Which isn't quite as realistic as something like Happening Point. But, I mean, in the end, I just wanted to have a bit more fun with this series because, you know, if I'm going to be doing 2 series running at the same time, I might as well have fun with one of them, hey? You know, why not? So, it's still going to be kind of factually correct right here. I'm going to position this as maybe, like, you know, one of the biggest zoos in the UK, a really, really massive zoo or something like that right here because, after all, you know, it is quite a big zoo right here, although we're not going to have many exhibits, so in the end, it is going to be kind of realistic. Maybe it's just a zoo that has a lot of money and wanted to redo its, you know, entrance area or something like that. I don't know. I don't really have a story for this place. But, regardless, I think it's quite nice. And I just wanted to have fun with this series, okay? So be quiet. But anyway, what we're going to do right here, speaking of fun, is we're going to build that Viking longboat right here, which I think actually, in the end, turned out super well. Now, if you don't know me, I'm absolutely terrible at modeling. I hate modeling with, like, with all the passion in my heart. I don't hate people who model. I just don't understand how they do it. And I find modeling extremely hard right here. And you can see, I spent literally nearly an hour on this longboat here, I'm pretty sure. It took so long because I'm really not very good with this sort of stuff. So it was a lot of experimenting, but in the end, I really like how this turned out. And it's a really nice centerpiece. And I'm glad I spent so much time on it because this room really, really looks quite nice because this longboat. And if not, I think it would be kind of empty, this room, and there wouldn't really be much to it. But, you know, for something this scale, this size, you know, quite small it is, I'm quite happy with it, and I think it turned out pretty damn good, honestly, you know? I'm pretty happy with how it turned out in the end. But you can see right here, all we're doing is just chucking a bunch of poles and a bunch of things right here. I'm surprised I didn't hit the maximum items limit. Well, I did actually hit it, but I'm surprised I didn't hit it earlier. But you can see right here, in the end, I think it looks pretty good here, you know? I'm very happy with it, so leave me alone. And you can see right here, we're just working on this tank right here, getting some of these peeky windows in right here. You can see this is one of those sort of look-down tanks, so from that boat area up there, you can see that you can look down. And it's one of those tanks where it's a little bit deep, but not too deep. And again, this is very heavily inspired from a place at Sea Life 𝗬𝗂𝗏. They have a room exactly like this. And I'm not going to lie, I completely ripped it off right here. Because this room, if you actually search it up, you might be able to find some photos right here. This room is almost identical to that room. But it has like the same longboat right here coming into it. Although it'd be a bit more detailed, obviously, because it's in real life. And the same sort of tank exactly like this. But, you know, leave me alone, alright? I didn't know what to do here. It's a fucking aquarium. I'm building an aquarium in a theme park game, alright? Cut me some slack here, guys. But anyway, yeah, you can see here, we're getting that longboat in like so. This bottom part I really struggled with, but we get there eventually. But anyway, guys, yes, so now we've got that longboat in right here. I think we're coming to the end of the episode. Here's all the lovely Discord services, which you can become by joining my Discord. My Twitch subscribers, you can do that, you know, become a Twitch subscriber for free if you've got Amazon Prime or anything like that, on my Twitch. And of course, my Patrons, which you can become a patron at patreon.com/𝗏𝗃. You get early access to videos and so much more with all those free things. But except for all that, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated because we're trying to get to 2K very soon. So, guys, make sure to subscribe. That would be very nice. And of course, all my other links are down below if you'd like to check out all my other channels and stuff like that. But except for that, goodbye!